Welcome back to Crypto Labs News. Today we're diving deep into everything happening with XRP, Bitcoin, and the hottest crypto news around. The Federal Reserve just launched a new phase in ISO 20022 integration, and yes, we're talking about JP Morgan potentially stepping into crypto. Even Jim Cramer is hinting at it. But before we begin, give me that good energy. Smash that like button like XRP just hit $10. Let's go for 5,000 likes on this one. I'll give you a second while I check something on my phone. Okay, that's enough time. Let's dive in. XRP is currently trading around $2.93, dipping a bit from today's high of $3.20. Bitcoin also pulled back from $123,000 to $120,000. The market's a little shaky ahead of tomorrow's CPI report, arguably the most important CPI since, well, the last one. Volatility is expected, and the uncertainty has traders cautious. Some assets like SUI actually pumped today, up 10%, but overall, not a lot of action among the top 100 that the CPI brings risk. It's a coin toss, pump or dump, no one really knows. I personally set stop losses last night in case of a sell-off, and I might keep that set up tonight. If you're thinking of de-risking a little, it's not a bad strategy. Again, not financial advice. You do you. Now, let's talk XRP. On July 11th, XRP micro futures crossed $235 million in notional value in a single day, pushing the total since launch to over $1.6 billion. That's huge. Demand is clearly growing, and XRP futures could become a critical part of the market like Bitcoin futures have been. Don't forget, futures affect spot prices, so keep your eye on this. Let's move on to what could be a turning point for the entire crypto industry. July 22 indeed. That's when the Treasury Department, SEC, and CFTC release a comprehensive crypto regulatory report, 180 days after Biden's executive order. According to Caitlin Long, this might be a watershed moment, and it could completely reshape how the U.S. approaches crypto. Also in the mix, the stablecoin bill. Both developments could drive massive institutional adoption. And what about JP Morgan? Jim Cramer seems to think that even Jamie Dimon might flip and go all in on crypto. Shocking? Maybe not. We've already seen BlackRock making big profits off their Bitcoin ETF. As always, the same institutions that once called crypto a scam are now trying to profit from it. Typical. We've seen this before. Bitcoin price discovery always comes with pullbacks. In 2013, 2017, and 2021, it's the same story. Rally, correction, rally again. In 2025, we're seeing a similar setup. Bitcoin rallied 7 weeks straight before its first 32% correction, and we might be in week 2 of the next uptrend. Now, so don't panic if you see a 5 to 17% pullback. It's just part of the cycle. For example, Bitcoin futures had a gap from $113,000 to $116,000 that hasn't closed yet. Historically, these gaps do close, sometimes quickly, sometimes weeks later. There's even an old gap at $92,000 that's still haunting us. These movements can influence XRP too, especially with XRP futures now in the mix. So keep an eye on those futures charts. Big news dropped. U.S. banks are now officially allowed to custody crypto assets. The Federal Reserve, OCC, and FDIC gave the green light. Banks can now hold your Bitcoin legally. Michael Saylor is already hyped, and this could unlock billions in institutional inflows. And here's another reason XRP might be running. The FedWire Fund Service just fully implemented ISO 20022. That's a big deal for XRP, XLM, Hedera, HBAR, Algorand, and all ISO-compliant cryptos. Momentum is building, and we may just be getting started. I'm staying alert, keeping safeguards in place. I'm not exiting my positions, but I'm being careful. You do what fits your plan. Just had a chat with my dad. He's been investing for 50+ years, and he reminded me to stay sharp. I've got my experience too, and I've learned not to get complacent. The market can turn fast. We've got CPI tomorrow, PPI after, and July 22 Indies regulatory report just around the corner. Stay locked in. Let me know in the comments. Are we pumping or dumping into CPI? What do you think? Don't forget to check out the description below. Some of those are affiliate links that support the channel. Thank you for using them. And if you've Been watching and haven't subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Smash that button, ring the bell, and drop a comment below. Maybe XRP 123 or infinity for infinity and beyond. Be creative, we love it. Thanks for watching Crypto Labs News. And, like I always say, let's make a lot of money.